Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge, I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like to do these little talks on the way I feel about things. You mind, Stanley? You want to keep on going? Thanks, homie. That was, that was different. Anyways, it's been kind of a rough day for me. It's been raining all day in northern New Mexico, Taos, New Mexico. Rained for a good solid couple hours. Neighbors had a birthday party for their, I think it's his youngest son. And he turned 21 yesterday. They invited me over to the birthday party. That's why I didn't do a talk last night, because it was starting right when the party was starting is when I would have been doing my talk. And I just decided to give myself an evening off from the sound of my own voice. So went over there and they made some really yummy, authentic Mexican food. And the birthday cake, it was like the top half of a woman's torso with their... he's like, the dad's telling me, you only turn 21 once. My son should have the best party, you should have, and I was like, oh, that's cool, man. See, I know that people can't, I know that there's these really good relationships in the world. I just get glimpses of them from the outskirts, but I know they exist. We'll get there. So I walked in last night and they had the tables set up and they just had Jello shots all over. Now, I've never done Jello shots, and I'm proud to say that I could still say I've never done Jello shots. See, I love drinking. I love it. I love oblivion. I love just living in the ethers, and that's where it is for me. That's what it is for me. But for people like me to drink, I'll be dead fast, and I might take people with me on accident. So that's just why I don't. It's not because I don't want to. It's just because I know I'm irresponsible with it, and it took me so many years, to change my mentality from seeing how, oh yeah, this, all these bad things happen when I drink. All these consequences happened every time I did it. I'm just speaking for me. I don't care what other people do in their lives, man. That's their path. This is mine. If we can relate with one another, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. It doesn't mean we can't. People don't have to learn or relate to each other to learn from each other. That's why I was explaining to this young man who turned 21 last night. He's a Libra. And he is very balanced. I mean, he just turned 21, and I saw the inside of what they did to the garage. They made it an apartment on one side, kind of, and then, like, the common area on the other, and, and it has, like, really nice bookcases laid it and built into it and stuff. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat, and, I mean, not a lot of young men his age know how to do things like that, They don't. Most kids are just playing video games these days. I don't know. I don't see them outside playing, or they're they're not at the stores working, and it's a trip. But anyway, it was, so I went over there last night, and I know I'm in a vulnerable spot. I know I'm in a vulnerable place with Jessica passing on the week before, it was a week yesterday that I found out. So I want to participate, but I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm going to make a bad decision or a bad choice. So I committed to stay for an hour. That's what I did, and that's what I did, and I think they all had a really good time. There was so much alcohol. There was so many. There's like, they had a table set up with all these stuff for mixed drinks, and then over here off to the ground. See, I'm a drunk. I pay attention, And there's like all these bottles of whiskey and hard alcohol over here, and I was like, man, they're gonna have so much fun. And then I played the tape through of what it would have been like for me if I would have partaken, and well, let's just say they didn't get up bright and early to to take the tent and stuff down, all the stuff down that they put. That was the plan, is they were gonna get up bright and early and take down the tents and stuff. It started raining, and I don't think anybody was even really conscious until this afternoon. And so I looked out one time, and the tent filled up with water and came in on itself. So that's most of the work right there. Anyway, today was a pretty good day. Yesterday but see, fall messes with me. It's like we hit October, and my body, maybe it's my Scorpio moon, it knows it's coming. I don't know what it is, but my body gets so tripped out with it, like getting dark early, and every freaking year. This is my 48th time doing this, and I haven't gotten used to it yet. I woke up this morning to some pretty cool the synchronicities since Jessica's left. She's definitely letting me know that she's still around. She definitely is letting me know that she's still on this plane and that she hasn't left yet. I personally think that she's going to stick around until we send her off proper on the 14th. I think that's what she's doing. Then she'll go off and be with her loved ones that have passed on before. So and then she'll come back and visit. She'll keep in tabs. She'll keep tabs on all of her loved ones. She has a lot. So I woke up to sleep has just not been working I haven't been sleeping hardly at all. Not much at all. And then I haven't been getting my opportunity to meditate during the day because I'm just flooded with so much energy that I can't lay down and calm myself down right now. And like today I couldn't. So I just did a bunch of sets with my dumbbells instead, because I'm just like, man, I got to get this. Because it's like people call it, I don't know, I don't like clinical terms. I don't like psychological clinical terms that people that don't have any concept of what it's like to actually go things. They read books and then they go out and say how things are. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to listen to you. You don't have any credibility because you don't have any experience, but you can comprehend a book you read. This stuff never jives. So I'm a big fan of Dolores Cannon and Edgar Casey and all things metaphor. What's the matter, Ma? Are you okay? Alright. So I believe in all that woo-woo stuff. We're spiritual beings having human experiences, and oh, it's Benny. Is he dreaming? What's the matter? What's wrong with you, bud? What's wrong? You okay? What's wrong, bud? Oh, can I finish my talk? I was worried. I heard something crying, and it was Benzo. Oh, Benny. Good boy. Let me talk about a synchronicity. And don't go in the bathroom. No. What was I talking about? Oh, the synchronicities. I woke up to a message this morning and given one, and the guy that was riding the motorcycle that Jessica was on, his name was Elijah. Elijah, and then evidently the guy. There was a man right before the detective walked into the bar to tell them to ask about Jessica, to talk to him about Jessica. There was a man that walked in right before that had never been there. He was a new customer to the establishment, and his name was Elijah. So it's kind of neat because the gal that told me about this, Jessica's boss, she believes like I do.
Oh,
Get out of there.
well, that's good.
She thinks like I do. So when the kinda is what I'm picking up on. And so when I get like two signs like that, I'll look up the name too. I'll look it up. Right? Because universe is trying to tell me something. Right? Because we're always given the information we need as long as we're open and receptive to it. Yeah? So I went down my own little ant hole today about that. And now when you look on your phone, see, I hate technology, man. It's just always, it never stops. It's always like changing and moving around. And so I can't find the exact same freaking, get up there. Come on, buddy. I can't find the same definition that I had earlier. Come on. Get up here. Come on. So I'm just going to go over here. Because I don't need to look at the screen while I talk. Did I spell it right? A-L. Let's see if I can find the same. See, and there's just like, I can look on my desktop and get this different freaking search results than I do on my phone. It doesn't, I mean, there's no continuity. It's just, everything is just so I would say it's random, but it's not as, I hate it, it's stupid. Now I can't find it. I found a couple things. This isn't the first article I read. But a lot of these things really describe Jessica too, I think. And I'm really disappointed that I can't find it. I should have been better prepared. Maybe I left it in a window open here. I could have done that. Yep. I did it. I did. I'll just read a little bit. I'm not going to read a whole lot of it. Yeah, that's what I did. It's a combination of... Okay, I don't need to have to... Okay. Lots of significance in astrology. Lots of significance in astrology. According to the Indian astrology, the persons with the name Elijah are creative. Astrology shows due to the name effects, these people are very passionate towards their own creative works. They will get extreme success if they select any creative fields as their professional area. They are strong-minded as well. Determinations toward their work helps them to get success in their own path. Benny, I don't know why you're crying. You see, he doesn't make a peep all day long, and then as soon as I start talking up here, then he's all wah 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 wah. The name Elijah, or no variation, means the Lord is my God. Person with name Elijah are very creative in their ways. This name has an impact of making its native emotional. However, it's a name which is considered to provide immense inner strength to its native. People who have this name can gain mastery over the problem without failure in their life because of their emotional temperaments. These people have tendency to face great negativity. Well, yeah. Natives with the name Elijah are likely to be very clear vision as far as their life opinions are concerned. They're honest too in their feelings. But they earlier the article. Let me see if I can keep reading, because they had the what is more important here is, I think, is like the Egyptian meaning of it and the story of Elijah, and that's what I thought this was, but it's not. This is the same art. This is the same moonastro.com. This is the same place I was earlier. It's the same page, and it's different. And that's just kind of how technology is. It's like, that's why you got to take screenshots, because it might not be like that. You know, you might find some information in some data. I remember like 2 years ago, they were discontinuing iTunes. They weren't going to support iTunes anymore. But iTunes still exists, but I don't think people use it. They don't support it. Oh, Benny, you're breaking my heart, buddy. A prophet and a miracle worker who lived in the northern kingdom. Symbolizes, goes back to the Old Testament of the Bible and derives from derives from the Hebrew phrase meaning Jehovah is my God. The original biblical Elijah is a prophet known for defending the worship of God and performing miracles in God's name. So I'm big on God's work. I'm a big proponent for go God. You know what I mean? But I don't look at God like other people look at God. I look at God as like good orderly direction. Just don't be a freaking jerk to people. And I don't always live that way. I mean, I was a jerk yesterday to somebody for no particular reason. Yeah, and so I mean, these are the things that I have to ask myself every day. You know, do you want to be more of the same? More of the rest of the people out there that are just ugly to each other, just causing harm and just talking trash and being negative all the time? You know, I don't want to be like that. I want to be better than that. And it's not always easy for me, because I get mad, I get hurt people, and I've never really been big on taking things out on other people, but God, this last year, man, it's getting by me, so I got to reel that in. I know these are personality defects that I got. But when I just want to do better. Some good things, positive things that happened today. I went to the grocery store this morning early, and then I stopped through the park to see if anybody was there, and it was just Saul and his girlfriend, and he said some kid came walking over and invited everybody. He was cooking in back. He was grilling out, right? And I was like, and so I wasn't hungry, but I went back to the back to talk to the young man. Okay? Benny, you're being dramatic. So earlier I mentioned about how these people are coming on Wednesdays. They're going on Sundays, and they're going around to the farmers market and asking people if, like, they have produce and stuff that they can't sell. Stop. And cut it out. And then they're making food, and they're bringing it to people for anybody to eat at the park, right? Isn't that nice? Well, this young man today, he was doing the same thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna, because I mean, I could wait till we move, but I don't really have to, you know. I could make, because I love cooking in bulk, lots of food. I cook. It's easier for me to cook in bulk, but it's just you and I, so much food gets wasted. So I can make, stew or soup or whatever, take it down and feed people. And then this young man's doing it. I was telling him about the other group that comes on Wednesdays, and he must have spent $200 on hamburgers and like a few steaks and some chips. And he got all this for just whoever showed up, just wanted to eat. So I gave him $40 to help offset the cost of what he just spent. and then that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to work towards that. And if we could get just like little groups, then our population of unhoused here in Taos, or whoever, somebody just needs a good home cooked meal, they can fill their spirit with that, and I've been talking about this for like 3 years of like, there's so many that have so much, they don't know how to give back, and I met a nice young man that was doing it today, Shadow, this was his vision too, so just gets me to think that all of us that have these same visions, they're all starting to step into action and make this stuff happen, yeah, and you just do it. You see, heaven on earth ain't gonna come from the elites, from the rich people. They aren't gonna have some sort of spiritual awake. It's not likely they could. I mean, all things are possible, but it's not likely that they're just gonna come into some realization, open their hearts and their wallets and stuff like that. So we down here at the bottom, we got to show people how to be generous and kind and loving and giving of heart without wanting things in return, right? And you may not want it in return, but you take care of people in your community, and the universe will take care of you. There's so many people that are just hurt right now and just mad and angry, and we got Mars and Gemini, and this is my natural natal placement. So these are the energies that I contend with all the time. So we're starting to see more people that are acting out and stuff like that, right? Yeah, but I had a mom that taught me that I needed to learn emotional control from the time I was a little girl, because I was one of those tantrums. I'm autistic, and
What's autistic?
I just not so neurotypical. I don't think like other people do.
Oh, so you have a different clarity.
Yeah, always have, and so it kind of creates problems when in environments that when people aren't open and receptive to different ways of thinking, because mostly people just want people to go with the flow. They don't want people to rock the boat. Just do what we do. And all that stuff. I ain't never been into that stuff my whole entire life. I've always been the little kid. I failed history in high school because I questioned everything. Because I'm like, why is this the reality of how it happened? And I always I could see things from different angles and different perspectives. You know what I mean? And it's like America's over here touting about freedom and liberty and let's go get them, and all this stuff for all these years, killing people in countries we have no business being in. And I'm looking at us like we're the fucking terrorists. We're going in other people's houses and shitting on their floor. There's nothing that these, Iran, and there's nothing these countries, come on. Who buys this? I mean, really? All the majority of the population of people that just do what they're told and believe what they're told to believe. How many 50-year-olds still believe in Santa Claus? That's what they act like, because politics are a reindeer game. My world is so small. I don't believe in politics. I don't believe in nothing sports. No sports, no. Now, I watch shows because I like to be distracted and get sucked into 3D Earth every now and again. So I still have Hulu, but I got rid of Netflix 2 years ago. Never got it back, But I like to see where the psyche, where people are headed, because there's people that are writing these shows. And they get these people to act out these characters in their roles. And, it's either predictive programming or, they're trying to get people to get used to how things are and stuff like that, And a lot of these storylines they're pushing, frankly, I'm not comfortable with. I think kids should be kids. Kids always wonder what it's like to be something different. They have favorites, something favorite every day of the week. And I think it's really gross that there's this storyline of these adults that are freaking almost predatorially taking advantage of these kids that just are like, oh, I want to, like when I was a little girl, I was a tomboy. I come to find out later, much later in life, that I believe that I've been masculine predominantly, however many in my last incarnations, you know? And I created so much karma doing so many things that are not cool that when I was born in this incarnation, at 10 months old, slate clean. Because I was baby raped at 10 months old. And I read the police report when I was in junior high. And I remember I remember so many weird details about just the paper on that the report was on. And see, not one human being, not one adult, not mom, not dad, not nobody in my life has ever acknowledged that has even happened, except that I saw the police report. Everybody has been hush about it. Nobody has anything to say. That's why I hate secrets. I hate secrets. I tell stuff out here all the time. Now I respect other people's, right for privacy and things like that. I'm not going to run my mouth and tell other people's secrets. But I personally, I don't like them. And this world is being trashed by secrets. I mean, I think about all these secret societies and all the secret dealings and all these secret relationships and don't tell them this and don't tell them that. And it's just like put this shroud, this cloud of freaking low vibrational density around the whole planet, And then you have the group that's all love and light, love and light, love and light. I noticed Nadia Shah came back. It's funny. See, you got all these people, right? Now they're in ego. They're in ego. It's very clear. They're very successful, but I always wonder how many homeless people that they've housed with all of their abundance, right? Right? Like how many, starving people have they fed? Have you put a shoes? Have you bought shoes for there's all kinds of ways to help, right? Right? Just give back to people. But what they do is like a lot of people are getting fucking plastic surgery and shit now. So they go on vacation on hiatus and then they come back after not being on camera for 5-6 weeks or whatever. And it's like, oh wow, am I supposed to notice that your face looks really, really different? I wonder how much all that cost. You know what I mean? That's what they do is they just, because they work so hard by reading computer programs and make so much money that they so deserve fucking, I'm starting to age. I got the waddle. I got this neck waddle thing going on. Like this thing. That's what I got. I'm like, I don't like it, but you know what? I'm not going to freaking pay a doctor to freaking slice my face and do stuff to it and, See, because that's if people don't appreciate their life and learn to look at the bright side, find the positive, and there's a lot of people that have way more crap to go through than some. But if you can just live this life, get through it without it freaking jading you and tainting you and tainting you and just turning you sour, then shoot, next life level up. That's the way I look at it. But if you don't, you're going to get a lot of the same life experiences that you got before. You're going to get a redo. And we get to keep redoing it until we get it right. It ain't hard. All we're supposed to be is the custodians of the earth. Just supposed to make sure there's not too much there's just not too much there's the things are clean, people have enough food, people have shelter. You just take care of everybody has all their basic needs met. But as human beings, we can't ever seem to figure out how to do this. It always turns. It always goes to power, control, manipulation, that seedy, dark, nasty, low crap. It always comes to, and then society after society after society falls because, I don't know what, people are chasing sensations? Because the world just evolves into a freaking infantile blob of freaking penis pockets and dudes that are just looking for penis pockets, you know? Or, yeah, just people chasing sensations. Just, you know? I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with the good tussle every now and again, you know, like, you know, adult kind of thing, but, you know, two consenting adult kind of situation. So, but there's so many people that they're passing their energy here and 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 here, and it's just creating a lot of static. So, I think that's all I got for now. I just kind of ramble on. It's been all day evening here.
Yeah, but you are a good speaker.
Thanks, Mom.
Understand what you're saying very well.
That's good. I don't know. You know, all this, things are just weird right now. Things are just, I'm not clear about stuff. And it's just how the energy is. It's just things are scattered, and I'm kind of on a tolerance break too. So I'm not really partaking in the cannabis right now. So I did a little bit this morning, but before I went to the store, but nope. I just gotta handle my emotions and feelings and process them and let them come and freaking bowl me over like waves, you know. Saw the terrible stuff that's going on in the world as far as weather-wise, but this is the stuff that people have been talking about, you know, for several years. You know, get away from the coasts. People I listen to, people I talk to, people I listen to. I've been saying it for a number of years. Stay, you know, get away. The light just went off. The sun's shifting. It's been over here, and now it's moving more towards the south. And then when it comes up, it's doing the same thing. It's moving more towards the north. So it's like, yeah, it's here we go again. We're coming into fall. Yeah. So Mercury goes direct tomorrow. That's good news. Maybe we'll get some movement with this house thing. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous about going. Even though Mom's she's gonna wake up with me, and she'll go to sleep not by herself, but she'll go to sleep and then wake up, and then I'll be home that night. But it's just so much stress. I just gotta go to Jessica's funeral. But can we not do this now? 'Cause, yeah. So just first things first. Just try to get through the day. And then tomorrow, try to get through the day. And then if the next day comes, I'll try to get through that day. But today it was, I tried it when I moved here. She was supposed to come see me January 2021. And February we were in contact, and she was gonna come see me, and she said the date and stuff like that, and then it came, and she never came, and it just nothing ever came of it or anything, right? But it was like we never got to do like sister stuff, and people look at me and they don't think that. Like I act a certain way, right? By looking at me, because people go by looks. I go by energy.
Yes.
And they go by looks, and we never got to do like slumber parties and ice cream sundaes and stuff like that, and I said, yeah, you come over, you could talk about boys, you know, tell me about all the boys, you know, and we never got to do that. So, when I see her again one day, though, huh?
Yes.
I guess she'll see how much I love her.
Yes.
Because I'm having a hard time with this, man.
You have a lot of
You know, but
strength and love and
It's just, I don't like it. It's just something else I have to act myself into a better way of feeling, because it's not gonna just happen. You know, I gotta stay busy and stuff like that. But there was another neat synchronicity that happened with her, and that's her best friend hadn't seen a monarch butterfly.
Ever?
And no, just this season yet.
Oh.
Like this year, she hadn't seen any, and she sees them all the time. And she after Jessica died, one showed up to let her know that she was okay. And then there's another one that her boss, Tara, saw. And that's two. And then the thumbnail on my talk here today is one that I took August 13th. And so now that'll be our connection. So now when I see a butterfly, I'll think of Jessica. Yeah. So there's good things to come of this. There's positive things to come of it.
That's a very good way to approach it. There's good things.
I'm gonna get better shape, and I'm gonna process my pain into something, I don't know, positive.
There.
So I'm not gonna let it consume me or let it beat me down and just end up like another sad person on the planet. I'm gonna take my appreciation for my little sister and my love that I have for her, and I'll use that. I've been saying since I've been doing these videos that when we lose people, when people die, it's actually, when they die young, it's actually a great service to the rest of mankind.
Yeah.
Because they go back to source that's all love and truth and love. And that gives us here on earth the strength to carry on. Or it'll beat us down and we'll perpetuate the cycles of grossness, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do something different. So, I got another guardian angel. I got good ones. I'm still here. And I'm sure I freaking stressed my guardian angels out with all this stuff that
Anything that you do or hurt yourself, you have a presence about you. And the presence about you has a kind of a touching. Like when you speak, it's like your touching is it's like the lights.
Okay.
They're soothing.
Okay.
And they're calming.
I got what you're saying. I appreciate that, Mom. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you. Makes me feel good.
You